Well, heyo everybody, my name is Fervitude and welcome back to Reverse 1999 for a new event that just came out a few days ago. And this event takes place in the timeline of 1992, or at least in the 90s, somewhere in the Golden City of San Francisco, I believe. So, allow me to welcome you all, but before that, I want to show you this trailer to get an idea.
Damn it! Just wait and see, Jay. I'll make you pay.
Hey, Geo, right?
Okay.
You forgot this. If you need help, find me in the New Age Market.
1990.
Good afternoon, San Francisco.
So this is the New Age Market. Then this must be where those two troublemakers are hiding.
And now some bad news.
Dude, look at that
Which
sword.
is to make a deal with Hate Street's very own Joe for a slice of that tasty New Age Market pie.
Let's play a game.
They're fooling you, Paulina. Don't you see it?
Enough! I'd rather die out there than stay here and never live at all!
Mind yourself, please.
The revelation! The last revelation is coming!
Okay.
The game isn't over yet, Jay. The Honorable Apostle and Miss Mercuria have been expecting you.
Answer me, Jay. What are you going to do when your friends point their knives at you? How do we keep their sacrificial lambs from leaping off the cliff?
Well, look, Disco's dead. Sorry, I had to say it. And it's because why there's disco flooring here, I don't know. But it seems like an interesting thing. We are in 1990 in San Francisco, yeah. And we have 3 characters in the background too. Of course, Y is always I forgot your name, Madeline, is always going to be in the search for troublemakers or something like that. And I do believe it's located in, like I said, San Francisco, New Age Market. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar in the 90s. I'll tell you this, I was born in the 90s. 92, in fact. And I don't know much about all that. You know, New Age Market stuff, New Age controversy or not. But let's go ahead and enter the event and see what we have through. Also, if you don't know, when the character was released, and I only have 13 days of it, Mercuria, an interesting character that came out when this came out. And I drew for her, and I pulled her once on the multi. And I managed to get her on first try, which is funny. So I've already done her combat stuff already, and I might do her story after doing some of this. So let's go ahead and enter the story here. And of course, if you guys are liking like making wilderness, which is basically creating I guess an simulated environment by purchasing wilderness things, you could get the disco arcade stuff, 90s stuff here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be doing the storybook here. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with. I'm probably going to half it, I think. So let's go ahead and do Weekend for Fever. Alright, so the disco ball and the pretty girl. Get ready for a great time, friend. Whoa. Whoa. Alright, I will admit, seeing a disco floor mesmerizes me a lot.
Good afternoon, San Francisco! To my Days Out junkies, my loud and proud mischief makers, and all my beautiful little heartthrobs. It's your oldest and dearest friend, with the straight shooting of your father, and tender loving just like your mama. It's your boy Vincent, aka the Old Ostrich,
From Ostrich Radio.
bringing you a balanced dish of good news and bad news. Let's soften the blow with the good stuff first. The New Age market has finally gotten a little reinvigoration after the harmonic convergence. Was it a sign from another world, or the harbinger of a Mayan doomsday prophecy? Who knows? But why worry, my lovelies? Keep those heads in the sand and your ears to the ground. Because more visitors means more money. Huge potential for young and old to make some dough. Now, to hit you with the bad news. Yesterday's gangland battles stretched from the Styx all the way to the steps of the People's Palace. And it came with a particularly heavy drizzle of bullet casings to rattle you all night long. Last night, Leger Zeded and his Arcanus minions booted the Tung Ching Cham so hard in the ass that they've been driven right out of our city.
I'm pretty much remembered that there are like gang violence in the 90s, and you all, if you were in that time, I'm pretty sure I feel for you.
If you're brave enough to head out into the streets, might still find a few gold teeth left on the ground. Now, the sweet, naive souls among you might think that means our fair city will finally have a moment of peace. But you listen to Papa Ostrich here, kiddies. This is only the beginning.
And
what
this,
the Cheers wants is nothing less than the whole damn city. And I have it on good authority where he's headed next.
and we're in a nightclub.
I'm told his aim is to make a deal with Hate Street's very own Joe, aka Jay Brown, for a stake in that juicy New Age market pie. Here's hoping that it goes smoothly, but if that fails, at least we'll have some quality entertainment.
I think I see the guy
Now
from...
it's time for the Old Ostrich to duck his head again, leaving you with some solid music to groove your body and shake your booty with our next track, The Golden City.
Papa Ostrich. Give me a break. Anyways, what can I get you, guy?
Tequila.
Tequila. Let's get some good stuff, yeah? Gio waves his hand, and the rest of his gang break off into a crowd.
And
He pulls a bundle of notes from inside his jacket and puts it on the table.
Straightforward. I like that. So what are you after? The waitress's phone number? Ticket to an underground boxing match? Or are you after someone specific?
The bartender's idle chatter digs under Gio's skin.
you know what I'm after? I'm after you shutting your damn mouth.
He yanks the bartender by the collar, pulling him in close as he growls his next words.
Cut the smart with me and listen, because I'm only going to ask once. Where is Jay? Point him out, then get your ass out of my sight.
He can't really get out of his sight because he owns the bar.
Whoa, hey, easy, man. I'd be happy to. You gotta tip me. That bastard owes me money, so you can go ahead and beat his ass. Don't want a kick for me.
He drops the bartender's collar.
You better not be playing with me, because that's a good way to get cut.
But hey, man, little heads up. Jay was born and raised in Hate Street, and he knows the place better than anyone. Ran circles around the cops. He won't be easy to corner. Plus, he's got a lot of friends around, so picking a fight here could go south fast. Never know who's liable to stand beside him.
Gio's eyes narrow and dart around the room, but the bartender's attempts to change the subject calm things.
But you know what I say. The good times are over, so Jay and all his crew can bite the big one for all I care. Hey, and just so you know, you're the first one with enough guts to mess with him, so whether you're here to break his nose or... Well, this shot's on me, bro. To you, and your boss.
The clinking shot glasses at last break the ice, as a wry, wolfish grin escapes Gio's face.
You're a smartass. We need more people like you. Young guys these days. Jammed by arcades and slots, you know? These adult children living in their mother's basements. They ought to be out here begging for a job.
A heavy hand lands on the bartender's shoulder.
What's your name, pal?
It's Vern, sir.
Vern.
Put it there, Vern. Call me Gia.
The hands clasp together in a hearty shake. Hearty.
All right. Now you point me to this J bastard. And afterward, if you're looking to do some hustle, meet me at Rouge Street. I'll take you to the boss. But, mind yourself around him, will you? The old man's been unpredictable lately. Quick to fly off the handle, you know?
Thank you, sir.
The bartender moves to speak, tilting his head to one side.
I probably shouldn't pry, but what do you want from Jay? If you want to take him down over Hate Street, you'll be disappointed. This place has got nothing but struggling folks. You couldn't mug someone for enough to catch the bus.
What else could it be? That damn New Age market. Don't know what Pops is planning to do with it, but he's gotta have it. Not like I'd give a damn otherwise. What kind of schmuck does business in a gutter like this? Pops is stubborn about it. Used to be I'd have a say in private. Well, he don't listen to anyone now except those freaks from the Order of Enlightenment. Not that I'm crying about it, but robbing folks who ain't got no money, kicking them while they're down. It don't sit right. But orders, so maybe I'll turn a blind eye when I can.
The grin on his face goes sour, and he scans the bartender's small face again.
You ask too many questions.
No worries, man. You were looking for Jay, right? That guy in the suit. Near the dance floor? See him?
Gio was already up and walking away before the bartender could finish. His followers join him as he moves, advancing like hungry wolves toward their target. The bartender drops his act, and with it, his smile turns fierce. At the same moment, the silent woman stands up from another table and makes a graceful exit.
See you later, Jay.
Shit. He fooled him. The bartender responds with an imperceptible nod. Dude. He stirred the conversation for them to wait here. Damn. The technicolor lights cast everything in a dreamy glow. Caught in the ecstasy of the pumping music, the dancers on the floor are unaware of the scene unfolding nearby. The lead wolf fixes his gaze on his target and signals to his pack.
3, 2, 1!
On a signal, they rush to the well-dressed gentleman.
Hold it down!
In a flurry of action, the gentleman is thrown from his seat down to the ground. As the violence erupts, the crowded dance floor freezes, and the music stops on the skip.
Gentlemen, what is happening here?
Is that what you sound like, Grips? Gio steps hard on the gentleman's shoulder, leaning down on him. His face is twisted into a predator's smile.
Tie up his hands, but careful you don't break them. For now.
Sure thing, Mr. Gio.
Your name is Dentist 1, or I. His grip tightens, veins bulging, and then cracks. He's not a statue, he's a mannequin. The gentleman's hand pulls loose from his body, popping up through their grip and rolling across the floor.
What the hell? What's going on with... Huh?
An unseen hand taps Gio's shoulder. He turns his head. Pow! A heavy punch strikes him across the jaw.
That hurts. Guy rocks in your jaw.
Then that's what you sound like, too. So he pretended to be the bartender just to lead them astray and ambushed him from behind. Nice. Jay shakes his bruising hand before extending it down to the mannequin gentleman on the floor.
Trust me, you're the perfect bait. You draw the fishies in like a magnet.
I'm bait?
So his name is Pioneer. A mannequin.
This is terribly unbecoming of you, Jay. Do you realize how many times this is? My body may be artificial, but my soul can feel pain too.
Gio spits a gob of red from his bloody mouth.
You lying sackish.
He wipes his hand across his face as he is held up by his followers. The lackeys all square up beside their leader.
Not so friendly after all, huh?
We'll continue our conversation later, Jay.
I bet there's gonna be a fight, eh? Alright. Let's see what guy. Oh, we can use him. You can have one helper. Okay. Alright. I want to use someone else here.
Let's go. I walk fast.
Yeah, what goes against you, though?
Can we weigh anchor now?
Program activated.
Alright. Alright, so we got him as a trial character here. Alright, so what would you do here? I guess you got heat treating, mass counter, grants all allies to shield, so nice. And a debuff. Okay.
Time to heat up the forge.
Alright, let's go with that.
Sharp blade.
Counter. Alright. I'll let it audio.
Street style. My turn.
Nice.
Don't!
Now hold on a second. Those are some oversized knuckle.
Want to hit the waves?
Knuckles. We got rid of the lackey.
Keep going. For our dream, comrade.
In truth, I wanted to see his ultimate, but oh well, that's my fault. Pop. Geo's dagger falls to the ground in a ringing clatter.
Now who's lying, Mr. Geo? You took my shot, but you didn't even break that J guy's nose.
Ooh.
Still, thanks for the offer. Give my best to Mr. Leger for me.
Geo is beat, and he knows it.
The old man is gonna like you, smartass. See you next time. We'll have another parlay, you and me.
He falls back towards the door, flanked by his lackeys, before making a hasty exit.
Yeah. Run on home with your tail between your legs. Legers, losers.
Wow, we got some biker gangs on.
Looks like he might need a dentist, because he just got kicked in the teeth. They'll be home crying into their cereal soon enough. The way they're huffing it, they could have outrun my 4-cylinder Hummingbird GR8100. They must have missed their calling. They ain't dentists. They're track stars.
Right, and he's talking about that bike of his. And the dance hall breaks into jeering laughter. Bottles are raised and cheers made in recognition of their triumph.
Cheers to unbreakable bonds. To unbreakable bonds.
After a cascade of clinking glasses, the music is spun up once more, and the club returns to their dancing. The excitement continues for some time after, only being broken by a arrival of a disheveled-looking young man.
Look, Jay, I gotta go. The shelter's gonna be closing up soon.
Oh, that's a face a mother could love. Sorry. That just surprised me a bit.
My partner at the shop, you know.
He rubs his stained black fingers across his face, shaking off some flakes of drying blood.
He doesn't like it when I come in covered with blood. Scares the Richie-rich types away.
It is getting late. The celebratory atmosphere wears thin and tired as more people leave.
It's all good, bro. Thanks for coming today. Is anything I can help?
Jay pats his friend on the shoulder before pulling him into a hug.
You know where to go.
Pollock sniffs, returning the hug with a light tight squeeze.
Thanks, bro. But if you're really such a good friend, how about you spot me $250,000 or so I can buy that sweet new convertible Lamborghini LM50? Well, since we're such good buddies, right?
I assume he was talking about a Lamborghini, but a Lamborghini sounds a mouthful.
Yeah, sure thing, buddy. Right after I give you a knuckle sandwich.
See you around, Jay.
Waving off the mostly gentle giant, the rest of the group gathers around Jay. Spirits are still high as they bask in today's victory. But tomorrow they must get back to work. The moment shifts as a stumbling dummy drives a playful kick to Jay's leg.
Would you kindly give me back my damn hands already?
Hey, stop kicking me. Just a sec.
My apologies. Where were my manners? Please don't take it personally, but I need to warn you that...
Whoa, wait. Someone's missing.
The disco ball continues its spin over the empty dance floor.
Where's Mercuria? Hey, Miss Sputnik. Have you seen her?
Wait, she's here? His eyes fix on the spinning ball, which stops then descends from the ceiling to speak.
Oh, Miss Mercuria. She left in a hurry carrying that dagger those rough gentlemen dropped.
I think she did say, see you later, Jay. Really. Also, why are you here? Of all places.
Do we follow her?
No, of course not. She's just doing her thing.
He shrugs, looking out past the door. Gio stumbles, he catches his breath before glancing back through the long alleyway.
The old man didn't tell us what kind of mess we were in for here. I'm not paid enough for this.
Wait, is this where he was bleeding? And there she is.
Hey, Gio, right?
He stands unmoving, unblinking.
You're just giving it back? What's this meant to be? Some kind of insult? Hey, your boss runs me off. Now you're giving me back my own knife like I'm some pity case? Think I won't hurt you because you're a woman? Think again.
Anger overtakes his wariness of the woman, and he swings out his arm. The dagger drops to the ground as he reaches into his pocket, producing a wand.
Be the void!
Vita Void?
What is this?
A waste of magic, that's what. The black arcane symbols dissolve in the air as soon as they touch her.
The color of your energy is as dark as the coal in G's forge. No, worse. Darker than I've ever seen before.
She jumps down from the fence and picks up the dagger.
You're afraid. But something else besides that. I see a burning energy. The embers of a home reduced to ashes. A harrowing darkness that's followed you throughout your life. When your wife and child left you. When your debtors begged on their knees at your feet.
Okay. A little too deep there.
What are you talking about?
I understand you now, Mr. Gio. Forced to live with this darkness inside you.
She seems lost in her own thoughts.
I'm sorry if I scared you, but I'm only here to return this.
She delicately places the dagger into his coat pocket. He shivers as if hit by a chill wind.
You're a boy trembling inside this brawny shell of a man. You're too far down a path that you never wanted to set foot on, Mr. Gio. If you need help, find me in the New Age market.
And that's where she makes the offer. She scares the heck out of me. Or at least creeps me out. She hums softly, her steps light as she walks back from the dingy alley. The man stands in place, lost in her words, until an alley cat leaps over his shoulder. In his days, he recalls the first time he fired a gun, the blood, the brain matter, and the trembling midnight he spent hiding in the bathroom after. Yeah. And that was the first freaking thing. Almost 25 minutes in that right there. Technically, a couple of minutes. Alright, let's go further in. So, won't be amused to death. grab the remote and crank up the volume. Nice. Alright, I'm getting more thirsty, so I'm just gonna be like getting something to drink while I'll let this play. Ooh, a Tang's restaurant.
So as I take off the tire, I notice the gal. Some rich lady from the market's got a crazy look of worry on her face. So I tell her, break my jaw if I'm telling a lie. We're good folks here. Don't believe me? Just ask around about Jay and his friends on Hate Street.
At the bar, the drunken mechanic sways unsteadily, bellowing out his story. The diligent satellite, now serving as a bartender, hovers close, wiping up spilled drinks from the table.
Please, take care, Mr. Holic. You have been drinking way too much.
Come on, Holic. You don't got the balls. I saw this guy get a nosebleed yesterday, and he cried like a little baby. Back me up, Jay. Hey, Jay?
What?
Did they bust your head or something? You were off daydreaming and we're talking about some rich bimbo.
Sorry, Mr. Beckett. I believe Jay's present concerns may be revolving around, you know, Legers the dead.
Nah, way off, stuffed shirt. Take a look.
Bombshell News. Uncovered video shows FAE used as new execution method. What will the minds of those Hollywood producers think of next?
Oh, I think I've seen images from this video. From spam mail and newspapers.
We're still trying to identify this woman to confirm the authenticity of the video. If you have any information, please call us at 429-7234 extension 7.
Okay, I just got back with a drink.
Up next, homebound or hoodwinked? The mystery of the so-called long-lost son.
Okay, I just got back with a drink and I'm not sure what I missed out on.
We turn to the story of Sergeant Howard Eden, a retired Army veteran, and the stranger claiming to be his long-lost son.
Yeah, Onion. Don't know why she's called Onion. Maybe because she's covering herself with something that looks like an onion.
But is this a heartwarming reunion or a sinister story of senior exploitation? Let's...
The old television emits dying sputters and static before cutting out entirely. Well, looks like they need to pay a TV bill.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. You know, it's good fun watching all her nonsense and sensationalism.
Hey, show some respect. Sure, that whole how woodchucks could control the world piece she did was a little iffy, but who knows what those woodchucks could chuck at us?
They could chuck out the filth. They could chuck the woodchucks at ya. And woodchucking with woodchucking and woodchucking to ya.
Alright. That Ledger's thing is really bothering me, okay? What's his story?
The drug mechanic jolts waking up right with renewed excitement.
I've heard it. Not gonna lie, kinda sick. Cops hate him, but the street punks love him. They say, back in Hunter's Point, a bunch of guys was torturing him, had him tied up like a pig, and when they got tired, they put a gun in his mouth and made him eat it. The bullet went straight through his throat out the back of his head. But when the cops came, they found nothing but a few bloody teeth. He was gone. Scary, right? But here's the thing. Yeah, Legers is a pure human. So what happened? Where did he go?
He waves his arms dramatically, animated and almost cartoonish in his performance. But his audience is less than captivated.
Mr. Holic, I think you've been watching too many of those horrible Romero movies. People returning from the dead. That's hokey cinema, not reality.
I mean, it could be true. We have an arcanist called Necrologist, who literally is a necromancer. Holly goes red, unable to form any defense.
I can only assume this Legers the Dead made up this rumor himself. Perhaps so he might attract more powerful arcanists to his side. Potion addicts, smugglers, card sharks, getting them all under his thumb until he can gobble up the whole of San Francisco.
And yeah, it's been working, but not anymore. 'Cause we ain't gonna sit and watch.
Afraid you're overestimating our strength, Mr. Hollick. Their enterprise is much more dangerous than all our previous rivals. No less so if they're aiming on partnering up with the lunatics in the New Age market.
Gotta agree with that assessment, Pioneer. It's been days since my last session with a paying customer. Seems like everyone is joining up with them, and their energy is disturbing, to say the least. They've been poking around my shop looking for some rare sort of books and materials. Kinds I never even heard of before.
I would advise avoiding direct confrontation, Jay.
I hear you.
It is a rare moment of calm consideration for their hot-headed leader.
Avoid confrontation. That's the right move for sure. But it's not going to be possible. They aren't giving us a choice. The cops abandoned Hate Street a long time ago. Ain't nobody that cares about these streets but us now. Remember? That was when all those artist trailers were burnt down. After that, the rest of the diviners and such were ran off quick. It's only those loonies that have stuck around. Misguiding arcanists, making everything worse.
He looks to his friends.
We were smart. We would have left then and there. Closed up shop. Took the first bus out of the city. Ran for our miserable, pathetic lives. But then, we ain't that kind of smart, are we? But this is our home. So we've got to make our stand here, or we'll never stop running.
The mannequin next to him speaks, broaching his words carefully.
Please don't misunderstand me, Jay. I'm only saying this fight is beyond our capabilities alone. Should we not consider asking...
Don't you finish that thought. In fact, don't even think it.
Was Pioneer thinking about saying something about the Pavlov the Foundation? The sharpness of his tone is clear. The idea is beyond consideration. Not to be touched on, not even to be breathed.
Look, I know what you're saying, but... I don't know, man. That kind of talk is for cowards. We don't have to get them involved in this.
You have to admit that they care about arcanists, despite all their bureaucracy. Turning to the Foundation would not be a bad choice for us, Jay.
I knew it. A perfectly timed silence. From beneath the bar, the round bartender floats up as if peeking.
Yes, Mr. J. I think Mr. Pioneer might be right. I don't want to lose my job because of these bandits. I'll be glad to bring you to the Foundation.
Your assistance would be more than welcome, Miss Disco Ball. It couldn't possibly hurt to reach out to Paulina. Maybe she could help us with the red tape. She's your sister, after all.
Jay looks away and huffs audibly. It's a childish, almost silly display.
No. I'm only gonna say this once, and it's for real. This is our own business. Nobody else's. And especially not hers. Paulina made her choice. She could have talked with me. She could have approached us, if that's what she wanted. She had the chance. She's had years. Not a word. She has her own life. And she made it out of these streets. She ain't coming back. She ain't even looking back. She's not that little girl tagging around us anymore. She's got fancy marble floors now. Got all that decency and good taste that she never had here. She doesn't need us. You think I'm gonna scrape down on my knees for her? Rather stick my foot in hot slag. At least that way I'd have one leg to stand on.
So, is Paulina working with the Foundation?
Jay, please, just give it some thought. This may be the only way for all of us to survive this.
Ugh, need a drink.
He mumbles and steps away from the bar. Crash. But as he does, a darting figure collides into him at an unfortunate angle for the both of them. What is an unfortunate angle?
Something just hit me in my...
Oh, he got hit in the jewels. Oh, no. He crumbles over, wincing from the pain. As he collapses, a handful of coins tumbles to the floor.
Shoot! Run!
The small boy makes a panicked sprint from behind the bar. The round bartender stammers out a revelation.
Mr. J, all the money in the bar is, how is it you're saying? Gone!
Wait, did that boy just steal their money?
Catch that kid!
Damn. Wow, a wound in the pride. Someone kicked that kid's ass. Alright, I'll choose these.
Nothing unexpected.
Wait, what did it say?
These are counts.
Looks like we do this the hard way, Jay. Don't blame us for breaking nothing. Come out, you little rat. I got my eyes on you.
Alright, let me see what you are. Your name is Cat-Eye Wisen. Okay, you're just a kid. And... right.
That's intriguing, isn't it?
Feel it, pain, and no conventional choice.
Bravo!
So you dodge, is okay? And he just headbutts? Really?
Watch my clothes.
You just throw rocks at us? Salt?
Glad to be of service, my lady.
A tooth for a tooth.
Just like real diamonds.
Yeah, he's dodging. That makes it hard.
Damn it!
It's so stupid.
Intriguing, isn't it? Just as I would.
An unconventional choice.
Yeah, I guess he's doing study to my skills here. To make him dodge at something. Oh, it's because he was a kid, ain't it? He knows how to dodge like a rat.
Design of its own kind.
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins.
Too bad.
In full.
You just got DK.
Using troops.
Alright. I got an itch. Ow. Beckett moves to block the little thief, grabbing him by the scruff of the neck. He takes a look at the thief's face.
Ha! Knew it. Cat-Eye Wisen. Owner of the most infamous sticky fingers from here to the market and back. Little dude, I know your dad ran off with those guys from the Order of Enlightenment. But why didn't you go to the shelter? You trying to get yourself hurt out here?
Let me go, you big jerk!
The would-be thief spits on his face.
Sooner or later, someone is going to teach you a lesson or two. Don't think that arcanist mom of yours wants you using your cat eye to steal things.
Beckett grabs the boy's hand, taking his remaining coins. And as he does, he reveals a gruesome cigarette burn on the boy's hand.
I know things seem tough right now, kid. But acting like the world owes you something, it's gonna bring you nothing but trouble. When I got my finger chewed up by that machine, I lost everything. I could've went around sticking up places. I didn't. Think you got it worse than me?
Mercuria picks up the coins strewn out about the floor and walks over to them. She signals Beckett to let the boy go.
Hey, we gonna let him go just like that?
As he releases his grip, the boy falls to the ground. Mercuria lowers herself to the boy's level, gently slipping the coins back into his dirty hand.
Go on. Your friends are waiting out there.
They look towards the door. A group of ragged, filthy children are watching them back, retreating timidly as they met their gaze.
But, Mr. J...
It's fine, Sputnik. Let him go.
These kids lost their homes to the New Age market. Their parents deserted them. They've got nowhere to go.
What does this New Age market have?
Beckett, look at them. You can't compare. It doesn't work like that. Each suffering has its own energy.
The boy picks himself up, muttering a thank you as he walks uneasily toward the door. But before he reaches it, a hand rests on his shoulder.
Hey kid, you and your friends looking for some almost honest cash?
You mean... Thanks, Jay. I got sharp eyes. I can do lots of stuff. Counting coins, cars, finding water drops. I'm great at spotting cheats and shady dealers.
Jay pats him in a brotherly gesture.
Easy, kid. Fill your belly first. Miss Sputnik, please get these kids some burritos. Dang, kid, those arms are like chopsticks. Hey, Miss Sputnik, let's make those extra meat. All right, man. Consider my second thought over.
He slumps over to the bar, giving a long sigh at an old photograph in his hand. What is that, Paulina? In the photo, he stares at the girl caringly, while she looks cold, longing for independence and freedom. Regardless.
But get this straight. If I see her fold her arms and give me any of that snooty attitude, we're gone. Out the door. No discussion.
Well, it seems getting interesting so far. And return to sender. What is this? A few simple letters cleared of dust. Underlying concern is evident, but there are also hints of restraint. April 3rd. Hey, I've heard you arrived at the old headquarters of St. Pavlov. That must be a letter. Scratched out. Talk soon. Yeah, this must be... Who's he writing, though? Right. It is not too light and not too heavy. Yeah. The thin door does nothing to block out the noise beyond it. Clattering dishes, clinking glasses, and chattering talk peppered with curses. Curled up on the bed, a girl sniffles, holding her teddy bear tightly.
But Joe, those men in white said there won't be any more bad people around the school, and nobody will be hungry, just like before, like with Mom and Dad. They'll give us candy, and soup, and real meat every week. And a big comfy house.
She raises her little hand as if reaching out to a dreamlike house.
Cover up a little more, Polly. You're gonna catch a cold.
Her brother wipes her nose with the back of his coarse, calloused hand.
You can't trust anything adults tell you like that. If they give us candy or soup or even meat, it's because they want something from you. Nothing you get in this world is just given away. Least of all from people like them.
But they did give me a fun job. See, now I can make straw dolls and sell them for money.
The shabby pile of dolls are stacked up on an old wooden table nearby.
That's because they need you. Our little Paulina is one of the most cleverest kids in all of Hate Street.
So, I'll say bad guys?
Bet on it. Only good adult I ever met is Mr. Tang.
Okay. But Joe, what if they're not lying? And you don't have to wash dishes, or take off tires, or any of that stuff.
Jay! Hey, Jay! 2,000 beers for our guests! Get the move on, lazy boy!
A loud voice booms through the door, his tone sharp but strangely paternal.
Don't overthink it, okay, kiddo? I'm right here with you. Always will be.
Okay. But if you do leave, you have to tell me first, because we'll always stick together. Deal?
Deal.
He rubs her hair before tucking her and her bear into the blanket.
Sleep tight, Polly.
Wiring here. Perfectly aligned stone columns blend into the walls. The floor is spotless, overly tidy. Even the lights above shine in exact symmetrical patterns. It is a distant and alien world to them. Nothing like the cluttered alleys and unkempt streets of home.
This place is ritzed up like a palace. Who do they think they are? Who needs a floor that shines like a mirror? What, they hire a dog to lick it clean every day?
Oh, Philistine as ever, Jay. It's evident the people here must possess exceptional aesthetic taste.
I'm at my limits of you sucking up to them. This place is built like a fortress, a bomb shelter. Makes me feel like I've got a target on my back. Can't imagine why anyone would feel safer here. You ask any artist, they'll say, clean kills the soul. Might look clean and tidy on the outside, but inside...
He looks around absentmindedly, failing to notice 3 staff members walking in his way. Wham! Shoulders collide, sending a small girl sprawling over. Matilda!
Ugh, just what this place needs. Another stupid oaf that does not know how to watch where he is going.
Oh dear God, it's Matilda. I thought it was Madeline when I was trying to name that other character. It was Matilda. God, I hate her. I love her, but I hate her.
Hey, mind your manners, short stuff.
And you just made it worse, buddy.
Excuse me? Did you just call me short stuff?
Get him. Jane is clearly taking pleasure in the petite girl's annoyed outburst.
I apologize for my friend, miss. He ought to mind his own manners.
Considering you two look as though you have just wandered in like, how do you say, lost puppies? I'll let it go, just this once.
She is too gullible.
Are you here to register as Arcanist? Sorry, we're just in the middle of a shift change. Please wait a moment.
Isn't it Fiona's shift? She should be able to handle this on her own.
There is work to be done, people! Quickly, vite.
Got it.
She leads the team away with the swift half-stomping steps. Why are they here?
Hello. Welcome to the St. Pavlov Foundation Reception Center. How can I help you?
Hello. We're here to visit a member of your staff for, some private matters. If possible, we'd like to have a conversation with her in person.
The staff member's smile is visibly forced.
Sure. Please read the visitor's advisory here and fill out these forms.
Dance tower of paper crumbles out of her hands, spilling it out over the floor.
I'm so sorry, sir. Just let me pick these up.
Jay bends down to help her pick up the documents.
Relax, miss. It's nothing, just a short visit to my sister. She's like a clerk here, or something. Nothing important. Her name's Paulina Lesage. Just tell her that it's her brother. Just popping by for a visit.
Wait. Lesage. What have I heard that name before, though? And you're clearly not saying anything. The receptionist falls silent and pale.
Paulina Lesage. Could you tell me your name again?
It's Joe. Joe Brown. You can call me Jay.
Fiona anxiously shifts through the scattered papers. She looks down at the list in her hand, and then up at the person in front of her, repeating the process several times, as if confirming something with delicate care. Then she stands, and after regaining her composure, she begins walking down the hall.
Follow me, please.
Hey, Faye.
Miss Paulina was one of the first people I met when I joined the Foundation. She was so talented, so incredible. It was no wonder they gave her all the big assignments. I could always tell she was very proud, but not in an arrogant way. She never turned her back on people. I always knew I could turn to her for advice.
They walk into the end of the corridor. As the staff members move about the work, there is a spirit in the air, light, almost joyful, As if it were the day before the holiday.
It's the first time that we swept Manus that badly. They even forgot the rest of their supplies in the basement. What are they gonna do without those? Now that we have some spare manpower to chase after them, I heard the Team Razor has started searching for the Foundation's lost assets. After all this time, we're finally back on the trail.
I don't know, man. Good as it seems to be, I'm worried the news is getting out of control. Now rumors are spreading everywhere. It could get dangerous. Otherwise, why would we have been assigned here with Mr. Bernard to get to the bottom of this?
Shh, sip it.
The people chatting by the door take notice of the unfamiliar visitors, shifting their gaze as they make way.
What, you guys having a party or something? Never seen an office so smiley.
Feels like a sales day at the mall. All those eager girls and boys running past the window. A mood like this usually comes with good news.
Please don't pay them any mind. They're just chit-chatting. Doesn't really mean anything. It might mislead you even.
She takes a key from her pocket and inserts it into the lock. But she doesn't turn the handle. Her hand rests on it reluctantly. Why? What is happening? What is going on?
Gentlemen, come in, please.
Wow! Ah, my eyes. Holy hell. What is this place? The archive room. Right. Beams of harsh light descend from above, stretching near to far. The space is vast and silent.
Despite all the smiles, it hasn't been easy for us recently. Our time and resources have been stretched thin. We've suffered a lot of losses. It still feels a little unreal that we're still standing. A lot of good people sacrificed everything they had to get us where we are.
The walls are lined with transparent cabinets, each marked by a stamp-sized photo. Next to the photos, the label numbers increase like a timer, progressing digit by digit. The numbers grow, ticking over from tens to hundreds and further.
Excuse me? I suppose that's also just idle chit-chat. Maybe I don't know any more than they do. I only just wanted to say, since you're family, that Miss Paulina was one of the best people I've ever met. An asset to everyone here at the Foundation.
Wait, is she dead? She stops before yet another column of cabinets, no different from the many behind and in front of them. Each one the same as every other except for the photo.
Gentlemen, this is where the remains of all those that died in the service of the St. Pavlov Foundation are kept in memorial. I'm so sorry that I have to be the one to tell you, but Paulina is here too.
Oh no. Her hand! There is no grave, no coffin or epitaph, just a transparent cabinet to serve as her headstone. A plain and ordinary box void of any sentiment.
You better know what you're saying, miss.
He pretends not to see it, but he knows exactly what is there. That unmistakably familiar blue ribbon.
I'm sorry, Fiona dear. Would you mind giving us a moment of privacy?
I'll be waiting outside.
Her figure grows more and more distant, receding back through the space until it vanishes altogether. Wow.
Jay, are you going to be all right?
I don't think he is.
Talk to me, Jay. Is there anything I can do for you? Maybe we can take a look, just to be sure.
No, don't do anything. Damn it, don't you fucking do a damn thing.
He struggles against himself, failing to hold himself back.
How can all that someone was be in a box like this? It's so small. This is some kind of sick joke.
Jay! Easy, Jay, easy.
Pioneer grips his arm tightly, staring directly at him. The atmosphere is filled with heavy, unspoken tension. Until Jay lifts his gaze to meet the mannequin's own.
Do you have her photo? You stay here. I'll go double check.
With trembling hands, Jay pulls out the crumpled old photograph from his pocket. He holds the photograph, comparing it closely to the one in the box. Then a strange look of astonishment washes over him.
Jay! Jay!
It's not her?
This can't be right. Come here, Jay. You need to take a look at this.
Jay walks towards him, like a zombie, and then...
Wait, this? What the heck? This isn't Paulina.
It is as if a light suddenly flickers over his head.
So then what? This was all some kind of bullshit? That woman out there just decided to mess with my mind? Or did she not want us to see Paulina?
I think it's something more.
Maybe they got the photo wrong?
No. Look at that ring on her finger. Polly wasn't married. She couldn't be. She would have told me. Unless... she just doesn't want to see me at all. So maybe she put her friend up to all this. But this just gives her away. Polly said it herself. She'd rather die than stay with me and never live at all. I knew then she'd never look back. Man, this was stupid. Never should have let you talk me into coming here.
I know that sometimes brothers and sisters don't get along, but I thought that only meant little fights, quarrels over toys. This is something much worse.
We're leaving. Now. Ugh. I can't stand the idea that she's just looking at me through a monitor, maybe even laughing at her pathetic loser brother. Get me out of here before I turn this place upside down.
I apologize. I'm sure this loss must feel...
Jay hides his face, making an exaggerated show of his tears, while Pioneer gently pats his shoulder.
Such heart-wrenching news. I'm crying my eyes out.
I don't believe that bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. It is an oddly captivating performance. If Hate Street didn't work out, perhaps he ought to head to Hollywood.
Oh, but there's nothing we can do now. Sorry for bothering you. We'll be on our way out now. Let's go, Jay.
Propped up on one of the mannequin's shoulder, the heartbreaking act is nearly flawless.
Please wait, gentlemen. You need to fill the visitor's log form first. And... let me see... this one.
She pulls out a yellowed and worn piece of paper.
Please, sign your name here as her next of kin.
Consent form. To document that I've confirmed the death of a Foundation staff member. What is this?
He looks up with disdain, catching himself as he remembers his supposedly weeping face is dry, and buries it back down again.
Why do I have to sign? Don't you understand? I can't take any more of this.
Just leave.
I'm sorry, but please bear with me. I thought we might confirm her belongings with you. It's standard policy, though usually within the Foundation. Then I could ask my superiors. Maybe they'd let you take these home. Here, I'll just need your name and address.
What? That's just sick, miss.
Oh, his expression changes abruptly, rising up into a bitter scowl.
You're really asking me to sign some papers? For what? So you can hand me off some old junk and pretend this never happened? You think that's enough to get me to stop asking questions? Where is she? Did you really think it would be this easy, sis? That I didn't care?
He grabs Pioneer and runs off without looking back.
Sir? Sir! Security, stop those two gentlemen! They haven't signed the confidentiality agreement!
What is with this bullshit? Before security can react, the duo have already escaped into the crowd.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Man, move your ass or get moved.
They dart through the bustling halls, dodging employees with cat-like grace.
What's going on? They're after us like we tried to ditch a bill for dinner.
Told you these Foundation creeps are all the same. As soon as you don't buy what they're selling, they start trying to get you shot.
If she wants to cut me loose, then she can damn well say it to my face. But not like this. Not this bullshit.
They went through the twisting corridors until at last they find an exit and dive through. There is a wave of uneasy commotion in the hallway as people gather in a throng. A tall man moves through the crowd. As he passes, the throng goes silent.
Fiona, can you tell me what happened here?
Oh boy. That's Bernard. Why is he here? Wow. I'm going to take a break from this one. Okay, I just got back with a drink and something to eat and all that stuff. Now I got my popcorn to watch all this. So, let's go for a new guest. And it looks like it's probably going to be a boss fight, because you don't get this many stars from that one. So, along with a new mission. Not to waste the time, I won't be able to narrate, because, well, I don't want to say much. Yeah, I'll just narrate then. Neatly stacked clothes lie on the bed, the suitcase open and empty. On the eve of her departure, she paces back and forth in the room, tidying as she goes.
Route 77. Mais je ne comprends pas. Pourquoi est-ce que l'éditeur du As-tu irait visiter un endroit si désolé? Qu'est-ce que ça pourrait dire sur Urde? D'accord. Au moins je peux passer voir maman.
This is her natural voice. Natural language. There is no French language setting. They're all going to have their own native language here.
Ça serait certainement une surprise. Ce que leur Matilda a accompli va rendre toute la famille fière.
As you can already tell, Matilda is from France. So, naturally, she's going to speak some French.
Ma fille, ma Matilda, enquêtrice spéciale pour la Fondation Saint-Pavlov. Maintenant, la petite Matilda ajoute une autre étoile à la lignée de la famille Boaniche.
Knock, knock, knock. The sound of knocking comes at an inconvenient time.
Miss Boaniche, a moment of your time. Unfortunately, it seems our mission has been cancelled.
Cancelled? Why?
You may have heard what Fiona did.
Well, I had heard the chatter about it certainly, but she only just started as a receptionist. It is no matter if she is a little unfamiliar with the processes and,
Per regulation since the first storm, families of the deceased employees are no longer informed of their deaths. But she made a mistake, or forgot. And the two arcanists she received earlier got away from her near the memorial hall. They didn't even fill out the proper forms.
Pas bon. That could indeed represent a serious intelligence
All
leak.
because of some paperwork.
And Mr. Bernard asked that we get ahead of the narrative, before it gets to the press. Given how fast the news spreads in this day and age, new orders are for us to find these two visitors and prevent the information from further spreading.
Us? Of course. So then our present task tracking down the editor of O2 will be reassigned to some other team.
Correct, ma'am. Tracking down these two arcanists was given top priority. And those two were the same ones you ran into earlier today.
And that's going to piss her off even more. Call this. Fortune tellers, alchemists, and arcanists of all stripes gathered together, creating a sprawling marketplace. From magic-infused chords to rare alchemical texts, and a dazzling array of herbs, its goods have attracted a steady and constant stream of visitors.
My friends, after the harmonic convergence, we discovered the failure of prophecy and eschatology, and the new possibilities of coexistence between the faith in Pneuma and science. They claim there is one God, and God is dead. But is that so? Friends, it's time to abandon the disputes of religions and to know that we are one. God is you. God is me.
In all honesty, I don't know how I feel about what he just said right there. But I don't know. In the midst of the bustling crowd, a speaker gives a lecture out to no one in particular, seemingly unconcerned if anyone is listening at all.
We've got information that our escaped visitors have gone into hiding with an energy healer called Mercuria. It's crowded here. I'd rather not attract attention to ourselves, so keep your heads down.
I'm afraid you're out. You already are attracting attention enough. A solitary tent stands out in the corner, a refuge from the bustling crowd.
Some kind of temporary tent, and a sign lying on the ground. Something's not right. I barely sense any arcane fluctuations here.
Could it be a trap? This market is filled with unregistered arcanists. Not to mention the human tourists. There are sure to be dangerous ones among them.
Shh. Yeah, shush. With her sharp ears, Matilda notices a faint whispering sound emanating from inside the tent.
I shouldn't have come. They're gonna slice me up and feed me to the pigs.
The deep and painful cries of a man break the quiet of the moment. Irrelevant. I can't read this fast, so the girl shifts her feet cautiously as if approaching a sleeping coiled python. She delicately lifts a corner of the tent's opening and peers inside.
Pigs will eat everything. All the bones, your head, not a hair left. That's how they treat traitors.
So Gio's here? What is he here for?
Pops won't save me then. He won't stand at my side. No.
Poor man. A mysterious girl places her hand over the hunky man's trembling hands.
But here you are, Mr. Gio, shivering like a new leaf, because you're ready for an answer.
And here she is. What cutie got?
The answer to yourself.
She sniffs the air around them.
You brought a strange smell with you, and a weak, faltering energy, like that of someone gravely ill. Have you been to any hospitals?
No, just following ledges. Nowadays, only visits we have are the living or the dead ones. Not much in between. We don't deal with addicts or sick dogs. Wait, shut it. Before you start, I'm not buying any of your goddamn spices or candles. I'm just here for an answer. How did you know about the fire that took my family?
That's
How?
what I want to know.
Are you some kind of psychic? Or a prophet? Tell me! Tell me!
He jerks his hand away, only to begin gnawing at his nails.
No. No. Oh, I shouldn't have come here. Unless... maybe I'd chop off your pretty little head and give it to him. That'd be my excuse.
In an instant, he presses the dagger against the girl's throat. Matilda fights the urge to rush forward to help. Whoosh! The candle illuminating the room has snuffed out.
What have you got? What do you see in your hand? Is it a knife for my throat? Or a diamond-covered key?
It's just gonna be the automatic ones.
Shut up! Stop babbling! You're just a witch who survived her burning! A liar!
Yeah, that's also a nice shot right here. That's gonna be a good thumbnail if I can do it. His hand trembles again.
Breathe. Slow and true. Look at it again. This is a dagger forged in your own dark flame.
He looks at the dagger, as if seeing it through new eyes.
Everything has a shell of meaning.
Whoa.
But hold your gaze on it and it all strips away. Until those words become strokes of black and that dagger becomes a cold sheet of metal.
Her incense burner releases a puff of strong scented potion into the air. What? Is it a hallucinogen? All at once, the dagger transforms into a blazing fire. It slithers up to the man's arm, towards his face, rolling and coiling like a snake.
What's going on?
Meaning is a cage. Cast off its shackles, and nature reveals itself to us. Don't be afraid. Hold that feeling. Now close your eyes with me.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Do you see it? A door surrounded by darkness.
Yes. The door is shaking. Like something's behind it. No, it's scared.
Don't try to picture it. Take away the shell. Just tell me by the impression. Where does it lead you?
It goes home?
Fire. The door's on fire. No, I don't want to go there. Not there. Someone's screaming. Savina! My baby! No! No! Help them! Help them, please!
God.
That's over now. Look around. Who is with you?
Pops and others. They're standing there with torches and chains.
Who are the others?
I don't know. I don't know. Their eyes are covered by hands. No, not hands. Those are hand-shaped masks.
Why do I get the feeling it's the Manus Vindictae?
Manus Vindictae.
And she knows it too. I guess you're right. A beam of light breaks it from above, expelling the smoke and darkness off the scene. The extinguished candle catches flame once more, and all present return to reality.
Hey, who's this girl? Didn't your mom teach you not to spy on people?
A hand stretches from behind and lifts the investigator up to her feet.
You!
Behind them, urgent footsteps reach the scene.
Miss Boniche! Damn it. You're the girl from the Foundation. Ain't that just my luck?
You're in trouble. Jay flings the girl from his hand like a hot potato.
Catch it!
Get him! Don't tell me we're gonna fight him. Yeah, we're gonna fight him. Dear Lord, we're gonna fight him. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I got some things. Yeah.
Let's go. I walk fast.
Just as what's been practiced countless times.
Should I start running?
Alright, now we got him as a boss. Okay. Fine.
My soul, I believe in
Another
you.
jar?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city.
You don't want to miss
But these
it?
are my strongest gals.
My turn.
Alright, he's got that sword there.
There they are.
Attack.
I didn't even get time to analyze. They're too strong.
I will pray for you.
I made it too strong.
Sorry.
Alright, so let's go interrogate the guy. And an answer divine. We're inside the tent. Interrogation. Right. Bang! Ow. He falls to one knee, lifting the long rapid shaft that has been on his back, as spells continue to strike him, forcing him into a step-by-step retreat.
Mr. Brown, we have need of your cooperation. We do not want to hurt you or your friends. But should you continue to resist, we'll be forced to take necessary action.
Unbelievable! So rude! Even as an arcanist, all he does is this vulgar hand-to-hand combat.
I mean, what other options do you have if you can't use the magic?
Still, that long stick he carries most certainly isn't a toy. Gentlemen, if you would be willing to come quietly and play nice, I will consider lowering your risk rating in our report.
She tries to reason with them, keeping in mind her desire to search for the man who mentioned the Manus Fidite. But he is already gone, and the dagger lies undamaged on the ground. Her teammates gain ground on the would-be warrior, who has sunk into his knees.
I gotta say, sometimes I wish I could take a knee and surrender, but...
He smiles through bloody teeth.
Sadly, even after all those hard-knock lessons, I never learned once how to raise the white flag.
He reaches into his pocket, ready to grasp the handle of his small and agile Bowie knife.
Put it down, Jay. Your fight is over.
And she comes in with the smoky incense. Is she gonna make us unconscious?
This is the smoke of burning mandrake. Cover your nose and your mouth.
Miss Wanish, hold your breath. Stay away from the smoke.
But the smoke is already too thick. One by one, they gave way, collapsing harmlessly to the ground.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed! The situation changes in the blink of an eye. She moves automatically, falling back into the entrance, only to find that the tent has already been shut tight. Damn. The bound girl, her kidnapper look at each other with disdain.
You should know that kidnapping a Foundation investigator and interfering with an official investigation is a serious crime. Especially when you've kidnapped the one and only Matilda Buanish, a pivotal figure in the St. Pavlov Foundation we're talking
Can you
about.
let me read the damn thing, please? Like two squirrels fighting over a chestnut. Thank you.
Pivotal, eh? Huh. A whiny little pup happens to stay standing from a little smoke. Yeah, I don't see anything worth being proud of.
He extends a finger to give the girl's forehead a flick. Forehead, I meant. As the first approach to an interrogation, it proves surprisingly effective.
Hey! Stop it! This is rude and
Stop flicking the Matilda!
Tell me, did Paulina send you to ask us to sign this bogus confidentiality agreement? Let me guess. She's probably still hiding in the Foundation office, right? Too scared to see her own flesh and blood?
What are you talking about? Who's hiding in our office? We're here to bring you and that mannequin back to the Foundation. This is a serious violation of the Visitor's Advisory.
Yes, just do the paperwork and just be done with it.
Jay, I think we should ask this another way. Miss Buanish, what proof do you have that Paulina Lesage is dead? As your receptionist claimed, the photo on the box isn't hers, just some look-alike or airbrush job. So how can we believe anything else you say?
You're saying the Paulina you know isn't the same as the one in this photo?
Jay seems so nonchalant, yet his eyes are filled with concern, a gravity reserved only for great love.
How can I explain this to you? Please, be assured that we have no reason to lie to you at this juncture. Actually, you shouldn't have found out about any of this in the first place.
She falls silent for a long time, pondering how to best express herself.
Maybe I'm not familiar with your Paulina, but I do know that there was a woman at St. Pavlov's named Paulina Lesage, and I know that she died. As far as the claims of different photos, mementos, it's complicated, and there is little I can say freely. But Headquarters is working on it, and many other similar cases. I don't have the kind of clearance to know what's really going on, and even if I did, I couldn't tell you. For everyone's safety.
He looks entirely unmoved.
Huh. So our little prize investigator's also in the dark. Maybe we can just go ahead and jot all these questions down and send them back to the Foundation. Or maybe we set up shop here. Just let any old passerby take a good look at them.
He lifts the chair.
Hey, wait a second!
What are you doing? After a moment, the hostage looks up reluctantly.
If I could prove this Paulina of yours is in fact deceased, then will you come back with us? Do the proper paperwork, yes? Then we can be getting out of your hair for good.
With a light tone, she proposes a deal. Yet all involved suddenly grow hesitant and quiet.
The burden of proof lies with you, Special Investigator.
All right, but I will hold you to your word, mannequin. Before we begin, I should say I don't do this lightly. But if you need to know, don't say I didn't warn you.
She is released from her ropes. She pushes the others aside, smoothing out the black velvet cloth on the table, before placing a crystal ball in its center.
I am a diviner, one that uses crystals. I suspect that sort of practice may already be familiar to you. I'll need an object that symbolizes Miss Paulina, or something related to her. It must have a deep connection to her. Something she once owned or often used. I will then begin my scrying using this object to the fog in my crystal orb and reveal to us her current existence. But if we find nothing beneath the fog, I am quite sure you understand what this means. And then I will be needing you to return with me. And as I have heard that energy healers are able to detect the flow of pneuma, the madame here will be able to prove the authenticity of my divination. No?
I'll see it. Yeah. Like I saw the arcane energy flowing from your little friend's hand to their wand just now.
Jay, what do you think of all this?
Jane leans against the edge of a nearby cabinet, keeping his distance and responding from afar.
My sister's little minion back at the Foundation already exposed the lie. Still, seems only fair I get to spy on her back. We'll see who's laughing now, sis. All right, Frenchie. This is hers. Take it.
Do not call Matilda Frenchie. Never. An insult. But a plush teddy bear, its fur now all well-worn and patchy. It is the last thing she had from their parents. One of the last few things he has of hers. Everything is in place. Matilda eases the tension in her chest with a deep breath.
Then let us commence.
Her hands scour the crystal ball as she closes her eyes. Absent moonlight and tides, her regular breathing becomes erratic under the stress. But all that is no matter to her. The only thing she has to do is find one person. And she does not even need to find her. Only prove that she exists, or that she does not.
Thread that binds all. Show me the trace of the one to whom this belongs. I bid you to respond.
The crystal ball emits a faint glow through her fingers. A heavy mist rises, obscuring the inside of the ball.
Lift the fog. Reveal what existence lies hidden from us. Give us your vision. Sight beyond sight.
Time passes as the swirling mist slowly, achingly dissipates. Matilda withdraws her hand from the crystal ball. She silently shifts her eyes away. The little bear beside her appears to have its eyes fixed on the ball.
What? All that and you just stop? This thing busted or something?
It is not a TV. Let her cook.
Jay, the divination is over. The energy is gone. Just like she said.
Jay feigns ignorance. Still, he is far calmer than any thought she would be.
You come all this way for what? Just another Foundation trick? So, what is it this time? Did you mess around with the orb? Some kind of protection skill? I don't have time for these games. Jay!
The mannequin's voice is deafening.
It means she's really gone.
Sorry, Jay.
He's in denial. He keeps up his stone calm face, giving no sign of anger or astonishment. There is no change in his expression at all. It is both emotional and emotionless at the same time.
Jay, are you still with us?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine.
The words hanging stiffly on his lips.
So I guess it's legit.
He looks into the crystal ball again, his lips parting and as if wanting to speak, but nothing comes out. As if wanting to ask 1,000 questions at the same time. He turns his head again, his eyes drifting out to the crowded market, to a girl dancing in the midst of a crowd. A girl adorned with a crown of flowers. She twirls gracefully. The crowd applauds, their faces joyful, happy. He wants to cry, or scream, or even take that ball in his hands and smash it to the pieces. But he does nothing. In a swirling storm of grief, despair, and rage, he finds his center. Unnoticed by any present, a faint crack appears at the base of the crystal ball. What? And to be continued. Alright. So what we got? Market vendor says, I heard that they had a falling out with the clinic doctor, which led to the doctor quitting his job altogether. Otherwise, why would they need so many rare herbs and injections? Besides, we hear they are desperately seeking healers and doctors, supposedly because of a mysterious patient in need. Who'd have the balls to quit in front of the Legers' gang? Unless, of course, by quit, you mean they end up dead. If you ask me, gathering those people and things you mentioned is just a small part of their elaborate plan. But enough for speculation, there are more eyes watching us now. In any case, they're generous customers, so whatever they're looking for, so as long as they line our pockets with cash, that's all that really matters. Yeah. Alright, Elysium is coming. The lost lambs shall wait and rejoice. I'm guessing this is going to be a major event right here. Yeah, it feels like going to be a major event. Another flashback memory? Her luggage is half packed and already overstuffed. She's rushing haphazardly, throwing things in as she goes, unwilling to pause for even a moment.
That smug, know-it-all, manipulative bastard! How is it that I still need to learn not to trust anything that comes out of that stupid lying jerk's mouth? No mail today, sis. Nah, no visitors yet, Polly. Haven't heard a word. Just another pack of lies, and I bought them.
On the desk lies a crumpled stack of invitations from the St. Pavlov Foundation. Only one was ever opened.
Hey, Polly, open the door! What are you even doing in there?
And I think he's got beef with the Pavlovs.
Leave me the hell alone, Joe! Who the hell do you think you are to decide my choice? My future, my fate! Don't talk to me. Don't ever talk to me again. I'm leaving today.
A fierce response booms through the door.
Whatever! Why are you even this obsessed with this mission of theirs? They're fooling you, sis. Don't you see it? Only two kinds of people that buy the peace be with us kind of bullshit they're selling. The first kinds are those like you, Polly. Stupid kids that don't know nothing about anything except what they've read in books. And the others are the ones fleecing you, taking all you got and spitting you out. Also, they can have more money, more control.
He pours out his anger, inadvertently realizing the weight of his own words.
Paul, I'm sorry, alright? I flew off the handle. I made a mistake. But these guys, Paulina, do you think they care about you? About anyone? You're just another penny in their pocket. A coal for their furnace. They'll burn you up and replace you, easy as that. You think you're going out there, do something big, because you don't even know what life is yet. You just read about it in your books, telling you some about a Foundation member paying the ultimate sacrifice for others. Think that makes them some kind of hero. You don't know what that kind of sacrifice means, sis. Do they say how those brave Foundation goons really felt facing death? They aren't going to tell you they were afraid, that they hated everyone who put them there, that they probably shit themselves before they bid it, just wishing they could go home. They don't put that in books, do they? You read what they want you to think. It ain't the truth, Polly. Maybe I'm not smart like you, sis. I can't read the things you read, can't learn like you. I learned the hard way.
Enough, Jay! I really don't give a crap about what you learned on the streets. I don't want to hear it. I'd rather take my chances and die out there than stay here and never live at all.
Jay kicks the door hard, smashing a hole straight through it. He steps in through the now open doorway. Ooh. Yeah.
Je me sens désolée d'être le... Comment dire... porteur de mauvaises nouvelles? Mais au moins maintenant, ils sont prêts à coopérer, non?
I don't know.
Seulement...
Speak English because he don't understand you. She taps the ground with the tip of her shoe. There is an unwilling feelings of shame rather than pride at her work in this moment.
Pourquoi est-ce qu'ils ne se sont pas encore réveillés? Nous devons vraiment rapporter nos informations sur le Manus Vindicté à la Fondation.
She paces forward and back.
Après la mort d'Arcana, les restes du Manus Vindicté se sont tous dispersés dans l'air, emportés par le vent, introuvables.
My guess is that this event came after the recent chapter, I believe. And I haven't been there yet, so I'm still working on trying to catch up on the story.
Ils ont même abandonné tous leurs cachettes et leurs ressources juste pour se cacher dans cette air. Et il semble qu'ils ont réussi. Il n'y a eu aucune trace d'eux jusqu'à présent.
Aren't you glad that there's always subtitles already in there?
Eh bien, pas encore. Mais je pense peut-être qu'avec cette nouvelle, l'enquêtrice spéciale Matilda sera celle qui finira par trouver la clé. Je suis très certaine que mes capacités d'analyse exemplaires seront récompensées par nos dirigeants. Oh, peut-être même qu'ils placeront Mademoiselle Sonetto dans mon équipe.
And I do not know why she is still obsessed with Sonetto. Please. It's so funny. A man bumps into her and then tumbles hard to the ground.
Mind yourself, please. I have had quite enough of these bumping accidents today.
She speaks, but he is oblivious to her words as he rises clumsily to his feet. Hey, look. It's a Manus Vindicte Vantage right here. His face is a wild contortion of joy and madness, lacking any awareness. Dude, he's a Manus Vindicte.
The Enlightenment! Soon comes the Sufferer's Enlightenment!
She sees it too. There is a familiar pattern on his neck. She freezes in place, taking in the shock.
Le signe de Manus? Mais il n'a certainement pas été transformé en ces monstres.
Before she can take a step to follow, her surroundings begin to stir. They come one by one, then more emerging, all pouring in one direction, as if drawn in by a...
Enlightenment! It's the Enlightenment!
Please shut up. I was trying to read. I think it was said a funnel. But okay, so... This is beginning to be maddening here. The crowd stampedes across the grounds. The moment passes and her immediate surroundings are empty, leaving behind only herself and a few indifferent vendors.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Il faut que je suive cet homme.
She attempts to follow him, pushing through against the crowd, but the heavy press of bodies is like a wall.
S'il vous plaît, pardonnez-moi. Ouf, ils sont tous tellement en sueur.
She catches sight of a nimble shadow moving through the crowd.
Yeah. Chant louder, you stupid jerks. The higher you lift those arms, the easier it is to reach into
And
those
he's still
pockets.
pickpocketing them, really. I don't think it matters, man. Kid. She spies him as he darts under her legs and through the throng, a shortcut of sorts.
Un moyen astucieux de contourner, même si... pas très convenable. Mais je suppose que la morale est loin d'être la chose la plus importante
And she's
maintenant.
following the example. She crouches down and follows his lead. No one takes notice of her. All eyes are drawn to an older-looking man as he begins to speak.
Our world drowns ever deeper into depravity. The multitudes trapped in their cages of materialism and logic refuse to acknowledge the coming day of judgment and salvation. Instead, they sell their souls to violence, gangs, and vile music. Though they may laugh or cry, they know nothing of the truth and speak only lies, held hostage to their worldly possessions, but forgetting the value of their souls.
Why do I feel like he's familiar?
But the Sufferer didn't abandon us. They know where the souls are hidden. They will save our lost children. Save us. They suffered burning pain, even faced death for us.
He allows a line of tears to etch down his face. Yet his words are spoken firm, and he shows no hint of emotion. Indeed, his face is almost mask-like in its stillness.
And now, together we are their children. Only we possess the truth of salvation. Police, governments, communities, and nations are only the deceitful constructs of history. Our salvation lies solely in the return of the Sufferer. But now we must stand, shoulder to shoulder, as we anticipate our coming celebration of the Sufferer. We await. We rejoice.
We suffer.
We await. We rejoice.
And suffer.
The Sufferer has heard us. Know this, children. Now take heart, for we have another lost lamb who has cast aside the world to join us.
From the silent crowd, a man hobbles forward and kneels.
Légers, the Sufferer has bestowed their blessings onto your broken body, and welcomes you to be their child. Would you present them your loyalty with the shedding of blood?
Tu sens?
Uh-oh. Blood sacrifice?
I would. And I pray.
And that is leisure. So. He holds up the dagger, drawing a long, sharp cut across his palm, and lets the blood stream down. The blood stains on the ground below, forming a mysterious symbol.
Rejoice, for the passage to Elysium has been promised to you. All, it is time. Follow the bell ringer. The gate to Elysium shall soon be opened.
He raises his arms, and the crowd responds with fervent cheers. As he lifts his robe, the answer becomes unmistakable.
C'est le signe du Manus vindicté. Je dois retourner pour informer la Fondation. Je dois sortir maintenant. Bougez, écartez-vous. Merde, ça devient bondé.
The uproar stirs the crowd into an agitated frenzy.
No, it can't be. Where is the key to the gate? Apostle Matthias, please wait a moment.
The kid! The kid pickpocketed him! From the platform, the speaker catches sight of the darting figures.
Be vigilant, all. There are deceivers among us.
Uh-oh. And she thinks it's her. She quickens her pace, rushing without caution through the crowd. Thud. Two heads collide. Ouch. And did you just steal the key? You doomed us all!
Behold, the deceivers among us!
And they found us. Where the finger points, the crowd instinctively makes way, leaving the two surrounded in an empty circle. As Matilda returns to her senses, she realizes the dire nature of their predicament.
Papa!
Well, we gotta find our hands. I gotta switch hands.
Can we weigh anchor now?
Yeah.
Neo-Science Exorcism Office.
Is this a new route?
Alright.
I will remember.
Let me read these guys real quick.
Sharp Fang. Barrage.
Never mind, damn it.
The light that illuminates.
Wait! Well, never mind. At least there's 3 more to go. Alright. I guess I'll reinforce that. I don't know. Alright, let me read these guys real quick. So this is the Order of Enlightenment Senile Fool. Well, he is senile. And an apprentice. And another apprentice. Okay. Continue to slaughter them.
Want to hit crew?
Charging.
Gather round. Come on in. Water's fine. Hold my hand.
Oh yeah, if you must know why her attacks look different, it's because I have an outfit on her.
Keep going. For our dream, comrade.
Alright. Okay, we got that out of the way.
Dang it. Where did you come from? Didn't anybody tell you whose turf this is? We are in so much
I can't care less about who turf it is because we are in the middle of a cult. The boy's pockets are stuffed full, jingling as he moves, making him run in an awkward, clunky manner.
What? I can go wherever I please, you rude little boy. I should have let them.
You should have knocked him out and let him be caught. And then an engine growls behind him, gaining ground on them fast.
Where did they get this vehicle?
Their capture now appears inevitable.
Son of a gun, kid. What did I tell you about making a mess? These freaks are mad.
The man on the motorcycle grabs the boy, pinning him to the back seat of the in fluid motion.
Sit back. Rubber's hitting the road.
And she got left behind.
So long, suckers.
Wait, did she get left behind?
Zit! Wait! Are you really just leaving
Yeah,
me here?
you just left the Matilda. Her legs are giving out from the exertion, huffing with labored breaths.
What brings you out here, short stuff? Starting to wonder why we keep running
It's
into
you,
each other.
you son bitch, Jay. Another engine roars, and then the throttle eases as it pulls up alongside her.
It's you! You should have listened to me and waited in the tent! You oaf!
Wow.
You've got a funny way of saying thanks, French fry. If I listened to you back there, you'd have been stuck here and hung out to dry.
He called her French fry. I'm sorry. That made me laugh.
I got straight A's in SPDM's PE tests. I do not need your help. I can take care of these cookie cultists all by
You sure about
myself.
that?
As you wish, milady.
He is more than happy to accommodate her, putting a sizable distance between them before slowing again. What the hell is a Glowwackus? The magical critters snarl and bare their teeth from the cage before bursting out. Why do you have that? What the hell are you? Glowwackus. You better consider your words, Matilda. Put your pride aside and get on the bike.
Glowwackus? No, they don't have such an acute sense of smell. It must be a kind of mutants they tamed.
Knight in shining chrome at your service. Just say the word.
Keep your distance, sir. It is me they are after. You must keep yourself safe. I am an investigator of the St. Pablo Foundation, and it is my duty to protect citizens.
Just get on the bike. You're her words still feel strikingly familiar. And almost familiar hurried steps. He just grabs her, didn't he? Her incantation is interrupted as she is lifted unwillingly onto the back of Jay's motorcycle.
Get on, Frenchie. Really didn't want to get involved, but you were starting to look like a lost puppy, so I'll forgive you. You know, Short Fry, if you're trying to protect someone, you should learn when to accept their help. No one gets anywhere in this world alone. Not even at your big shot foundation.
The wind howls past as they pick up speed. Matilda sticks her head up to speak.
What did you say? I cannot hear you. The wind is too loud.
I said, take the help.
Just ignore her.
I said take...
A number of profanities tingle on his tongue, but for a moment, he swallows them back.
Hold on to your socks. Water ahead.
Uh-oh. Okay. Alright. So, that was wild in the beginning. And I'm going to have to call this here. So, for the next video on this one, we will be going for Best Buds and Best Guess. So, I'm going to assume that we just escaped. And we ended up in the diner. And I will probably, like I said, end this here for now. And until then, I will say thank you all for watching this video. And I hope you guys were interested in this video. And I hope you liked the video. And if you did like the video, please click the like button. Or dislike if you didn't. Any comments would help me with the story. Or anything you want to understand. To let me know your thoughts about this chapter. Or at least this event story. Or at least half of it. Do you like the setting? Do you like the artwork here? Do you like the characters? Let me know which ones that interest you. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please give this video a like or dislike. And do you like the music? Because it's louder than me, and I can't hear myself talk because I'm wearing the headphones. And of course, I will continue doing this video. If you want me to continue, please like the video. Please like the video. I really want to continue on this one so I can get the prize I needed. Oh, and speaking of that, I got this. Right. And of course, when doing this event here, you have access to this shop here. And of course, if I have enough, I will get the, I guess, the engrave, or I forgot what those are called, but this is a character-specific thing. And they will increase her abilities along with it. Oh, and I want this. Because apparently, what they introduced to the game is the radio. A broadcast radio. You can actually play music from, I guess, chapters each. And, of course, events as well. And it is very unique, in all honesty. So, I will say this. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the new video. So, have an awesome weekend. Bye.